Okay, good evening, and tonight's lesson about prime and composite, and here to help me are my two friends. I've got prime and composite, and by the end of this video, maybe you'll understand why they have the names they do. So, let's just start off. It's a really short lesson. Basically, you just need to know the difference between what a prime number is and a composite number. A prime number, by definition, is, and I'm going to go ahead and write it, so I'm going to pause. Okay, a prime number is, well, let's just talk about numbers in general. Any number or whole number that is greater than 1 is either prime or composite. So you can, you know how we identify numbers as even or odd? Well, now, because you're in 5th grade, you're going to be learning how to identify numbers by prime and composite. So the first number, which is prime, is a number, whole number that's greater than 1 and only, whoops, I didn't mean to erase that. Let's write that in. I erased that on accident. Only has 2 factors, and those factors are 1 and itself. So some examples of numbers that would be prime numbers are 3 and 5 and 7 and 11, but not 9. Even though you may want to say 9, 9 is not a prime number. Alright, so if a number is not prime, meaning it only has 2 factors, 1 itself, then it's composite. And most numbers are composite numbers. And these have not only 1 and itself as a factor, but it'll have other factors. Let me give you an example. Like the number 10. Okay, the number 10 has factors of 1, 2, 5, and 10. So it is composite because it is made up of more than 2 factors besides this, 1 and 10. Alright, and really that's all the lesson is being able to identify what numbers are prime and composite. But I have two, one is a cheater, so it's really easy, and the other thing is just to watch out for. Alright, here's your cheater. I know you guys love these things. So here is how you tell instantly when you're just looking at numbers if the number is even. And even means 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It has those numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and I'm going to put 0 in the ones place, which would make it even. Then it is composite. So for example, 144. Alright, see how it ends in a 4? That means it's automatically composite. You don't need to do any math. You don't need to figure out the factors. You just simply know because it's even, it is composite. Don't you just love that? That means you're going to just fly through your homework or your classwork tomorrow. Alright, now I do have to warn you that there's something you have to watch out for. Because we have that cheater of the even numbers, you have to watch out for odd numbers. Not all odd numbers and most odd numbers are going to be composite, not prime. And you're going to want to say that they're prime because they're odd. So watch out. Not all odd numbers are prime. I know you're going to think they are, but here's a perfect example. Let's see, 3 is prime, 5 is prime, 7 is prime, 9 prime? No, 9 is not prime because 9, if you remember, has 1 and 9, but also 3, because 3 can go into 9. So that would make it have more than 2 factors, which makes it composite. So therefore, you can't just assume because it's odd that it is a prime number. So be careful with that because the book loves to throw those at you. FCAT loves to throw those at you, so you just have to watch out. Alright, and 2 more things you need to know about, and these are 2 exceptions to the rule. The number 1 is neither prime or composite. Because in order for it to be a prime number, it has to have 2 factors. And in order to be composite, it has to have more than 2 factors. Well, if you look at 1, its factors are 1. Only 1 factor. Therefore, it's neither prime or composite. 2 is prime. And the reason that it's prime, it's the only even number that's prime, is because it has only two factors. 1 and 2 are its factors. So therefore 2 is prime. It is the only even number. Oh, let's write this correctly. It is the only even number that is prime. So all of this stuff is in your notes. You don't need to write any of this down. And we're going to do a couple practice and then we're done with this video. This is probably the shortest one we've done so far. Alright, so when you go to do your classwork and then maybe homework, you're really just going to have to identify whether it's prime or composite. So let's look at 93. It is an odd number, but remember, not all odd numbers are prime. So we have to make sure that we go through everything. We know that 1 and 93 are definitely two of its factors. And 2 is not going to go into it because it's not even. So we're going to do division here just to make sure that 3 does not go into it. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Oh, I think we may have a problem here. 0, bring down the 3. 3 goes into 3 one time. So, interesting. So other factors of 93 are 3 and 31. Interesting. So therefore 93 is composite. Okay. 86. Do I need to really go any further? I can automatically tell you it's what? That's right. It's composite because of the 6 is in the 1 spot. So this is composite. And I don't even need to do any math. Isn't that cool? I love that little cheater. All right. Now, 65, prime or composite? Well, it's an odd number, but I do know the rule about 5s. Anything that ends in a 5 or a 0 is divisible or can be divided by 5. Therefore, the factors of 65 are 1. I know that I can divide it by 5, so let me do that really quickly here down below so you can see. That's going to go in one time. I'm going to subtract. I'm going to bring down. It's going to go 5 into 15 3 times. So 13 is the other factor pair of 5, so that's 13, and of course 65. So it actually has 4 factors, making it, that's right, composite. And that's really all you're doing is just identifying whether it's prime or composite. So, do you remember which dog was prime and which one was composite? Well, if you've ever heard of the word composite means made up of more than one thing. Composite photography is a picture that has more than one picture. So, and a composite number is a number that has more than 2 factors. So, this guy is prime because he's primarily all one color. He's black. This guy's got several colors. He's got at least 2 and he's wearing a funny little hat. So, this is my composite. So that's how I named my friends prime and composite based on the number of colors you see. Have a good one. Don't forget to take your notes and to answer the questions on the website. Good night.